After a short period of relative peace, Manipur was plunged back into violence last week. Months of simmering tensions erupted into brutal killings and widespread abductions once again. Starting from early November 2024, Manipur experienced a whole new surge in violence after a brief lull, with violence including brutal killings, attacks on villages and kidnappings. In the past 2 weeks, according to reports, several individuals from both communities have been abducted and their whereabouts remain unknown. Security forces have recovered some bodies from the outskirts of Imphal and other districts where the clashes have been most volatile. This is how intense the situation in Manipur is as of now. But as we speak about the terror of violence, we can also see a major change in the political dynamic, what might be a huge political fallout as National People's Party, NPP, led by Comrade K. Sangma from Meghalaya, which had previously been part of the ruling alliance with the BJP. The NPP has 7 members in the 60-member Manipur Legislative Assembly, sent a letter to BJP President JP Nadda expressing dissatisfaction with how the government under Chief Minister Biren Singh has handled the violence and the ethnic conflict in the state. The NPP criticized the government's inability to control the violence, which has resulted in hundreds of deaths and the displacement of thousands of people. Now with that, a lot of questions are brewing, and to further discuss, we will now be joined by our correspondent from Manipur, Mubasir Raji. Hello Mubasir, thank you for joining us today. Hello Mubasir, am I audible?
Yes, you are perfectly audible.
Mubasir, thank you for joining us. So as we speak about this, there's news flashing in about NPP's decision to withdraw its support from Biren-led BJP government. So what does this put the current government's place into? How is this going to affect the ruling party and also BJP stability in Manipur, and most importantly, the Legislative Assembly as well? Can you please give us some insights on that?
Well, after the renewed escalations of violence in Grievances district in a few weeks, there is a relentless pressure upon the government. Many houses of both ruling and opposition MLAs attacked by the protesters in last 2-3 days. Many houses some houses were even completely burned down. Their property damage, the report ransacking of properties were also reported. So in such a scenario, the NPP withdrew their support from the Biren Singh government. However, Chief Minister Biren Singh is calling a meeting today itself at around 6 p.m. Of all the MLAs and his, Council of Ministers to discuss the issue. At the moment, situation is very critical at the moment. I'm not certain about the future of the Biren Singh-led government. However, as far as situation in Imphal and other part of Manipur is concerned, it remains very volatile at the moment. Yesterday itself, one dead body, one person was shot dead by security person while they were trying to they were taking BJP and Congress officers situated at Babupura in Jiribam district. While trying to control the mob, security persons said they have to fire a few rounds. In the process, one person sustained injury and one person died on the spot. After that, already, with the kidnapping and death of this 6 people, 3 children and 3 women, there is already a huge amount of pressure upon the government. So with the death of another Meitei youth yesterday, the pressure is bound to be mounting on the Biren Singh-led government. So at the moment, while on the other hand, the security situation in peripheral area also remain very critical at the moment. So looking in view of all this situation, Chief Minister Biren Singh is calling a meeting at his Chief Minister's Secretariat after some time. That is, will be probably around 6 p.m. today. However, the report said that many of the MLAs and ministers might not be able to join this set meeting called by Chief Minister Biren Singh. So the attendance of the meeting will itself will reveal the future of the Chief Minister and Biren Singh. Yes, back to studio.
All right, Mubasir, so as you've mentioned about the meeting, given the BJP still holds a majority in the Manipur Legislative Assembly with 37 seats, even after the Npp'S withdrawal, how likely is that this political shift will have any immediate impact on the stability of Biren Singh-led government?
The number, as far as number is concerned, Biren Singh might or might not have the numbers of MLAs required. However, it is not about number at the moment. Many in last few days, many MLAs come out openly and said that they are willingness to step down. Some MLAs like MLA from this Kaisamtong Assembly constituency, Mr. Sapam, and Mr. this MLA from this another MLA, another neighboring MLA, Mr. Another MLA also came out openly in public and said that his willingness to step down if and when required. So many MLAs both from ruling and opposition parties are now even openly coming out and saying that they have inclination to step down at the moment, because with the law and order situation completely going out of hand, the pressure from the public is mounting on them to show at least their willingness to resolve the crisis in the state. So far, the many MLAs, ministers, and even Chief Minister himself, has maintained and uneasy silence so far. So the pressure are mounting on them. The protesters are attacking their houses of the MLA on daily basis. In fact, some of the MLAs were threatened, not only threatened, they were asked to give some assurance to the public that they will step down and things like that. So the pressures are mounting on them. So numbers, as far as number is concerned, Chief Minister and Biren Singh might have number, but even within his ruling party, even within the BJP itself, there are many MLAs, at least 19 MLA. 19 of them have already come out openly and even writing to the Prime Minister separately, even without the assurance, even without the knowledge of the Chief Minister, that they are writing to the Prime Minister separately and saying that they are even willing to step down. So in such a scenario, number will not be a major number will not be a major issue at the moment. But having said that, whether the Biren Singh will step down or not is a matter of can be decided by the Minister and the central government. As far as we are seeing, as far as assessments of the situation is concerned, there seems to be a good amount of support from the central government. Particularly, Union Home Minister Amit Shah seems to be giving a very good support to the Chief Minister and Biren Singh. That is the measure.
All right, Mubasir.
Yes.
So, the NPP has criticized the handling of the ethnic conflict by the Chief Minister Biren Singh's government. So, what are the specific grievances they have raised, and how is the BJP responding to these allegations of mismanagement?
The NPP Chief Minister Conrad Sangma openly said that they are withdrawing the support because the Biren Singh-led government has let down the people of Manipur, and they have completely failed to tackle the law and order situation in Manipur. So they are withdrawing the support. So far, no response from the BJP government or Mr. Biren himself. However, that's understandable also. At the moment there are many pressing issues. So nobody is willing to come out openly and give reaction to political development at the moment, because at the moment the prime concern of people at the moment is the curfew being imposed in Imphal Valley for last 3 days. School and colleges closed down. Protests are happening everywhere, in different street and corner of Imphal and other places. Even some government and central government office buildings were closed down today by this POCOMI and other civil society organizations. They said that there is no point of even running the central government related offices in Manipur, so they are they being frustrated, in frustration, they are closing down these offices. So situation has come to that point. So so far no reaction from the BJP side, but I think the reaction, we will get a reaction after this, the scheduled meeting of Chief Minister and Biren Singh along with his Council of Ministers and MLAs. Yes, back to you.
Mubasir, so coming back to Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma's statement, where he expressed deep concern over the deteriorating situation in Manipur, he also said NPP's withdrawal of support is based on the suffering of the people and it's not a personal agenda. So how do you see this decision impacting the ongoing efforts for peace and also the stability in the region, like especially considering NPP's stated willingness to collaborate with various other stakeholders moving forward?
Well, the two major ally of the NDA government in Manipur, Mr. Biren Singh led government, have two allies. One is this NPP and another one is, this Naga People Front, NPF. So even Naga People Front, I think, have started voicing their reservation for present government. There are reports saying that even Naga People Front MLA and Biren meeting today. So, however, as far as number is concerned, at the moment, Chief Minister and Biren has enough number. There is the magic number of 31. He has more than that. With the support of Naga People Front, with Naga People Front, they have alliance in the center. So they will not decide separately to withdraw the support of Manipur. So they probably have understanding with the central government, Modi-led government, and then they are supporting the Biren Singh government. So they are not withdrawing at the moment. However, even though they are not withdrawing the support, pressure is on them also to express their voice their concern about the handling of law and order situations. Another development solo today is central Union Home Minister sources said that another 50 companies of central paramilitary forces will be deployed in Manipur. So already Manipur has already more than 70,000 central paramilitary forces stationed in different part of sensitive areas, so-called sensitive areas. So with the imposition of Apasta in 6 new police station area, and then deteriorating law and order situation, and then again today itself another notification said that this Union Home Ministry is deploying another 50 more paramilitary forces in Manipur. There are 3 more central security forces in Manipur. So at the moment, central government is trying to control the situation only through military means at the moment. However, what people in ground wanted is resolving the crisis through the dialogue process and peaceful means also, which is also equally important. So far, in fact, even though central and the state government have initiated one or two times some form of peace process between Meitei and Kuki, it was totally total failure so far. So the process, the ongoing peace process should be the main target for the central government for a lasting peace in Manipur. Trying to control the crowd and violence only through military means will not be sufficient. Yes, back to you.
All right, Mubasir. So talking about NPP, and you've just mentioned that more paramilitary forces will be provided by the central government. So how are the people's reaction on this?
The people will not, will not be happy with the deployment of more forces, obviously, because, even with the presence of more than 60,000-70,000 central security forces, violence is still happening. So, the increasing the number of security forces is not going to solve the problem. It is very clear. However, central government have to do something. Mr. Amit Shah, called some high level, he assessed the situation in Manipur by even some elections, and he assessed. He decided that some 50 more companies. So somewhere security forces also needed. However, at the moment, protesters are protesters are literally coming out in the street during the night time and burning down the houses of MLAs and ministers. In last 2 days back, just 2 days back, and located at this Hangang Kendra was try to reach to the house of Mr. Biren Singh. Even though the high presence of security forces, both army personnel, CRPF personnel, and police, prevented the crowd from reaching the house by firing many rounds of tear gas, rubber bullets, and even light rounds were fired to with the crowd. They somehow managed to safeguard the important buildings and offices in Manipur. The situation could not be continue in this manner all the time. Today itself, Education Department notification saying that will be closed down for another 2 days. So school will closed down.
Mubasir, can you please come closer to the mic? Your voice is distorted.
So what I am saying is, the curfew being imposed in Manipur for the last 3 days, internet is completely banned. Few exceptions. For us journalists also, we have to go to some government office buildings and we have to access the internet. So with the kind of situation we are in, the curfew being imposed, internet suspension order being imposed for last 2 days, school and colleges closed down for another 2 days. Situation is remains critical at the moment.
Okay, Mubasir. So the NPP joined a coalition and its members have been supporting the BJP government in the state for over 7 years. Up until their recent decision to withdraw support in 2024, which is just yesterday, which is a major decision. So does this reflect how much the current government has failed to control the situation or bring law and order in the state? What do you have to say about that?
There is been a kind of a competition between this Mr. and both this consider themselves as some of the forward Western. Some kind of competition between Mr. Conrad Sangma and Biren Singh. And Biren Singh often mock at this Mr. also. In the earlier from Mr. Biren Singh, the first term of Mr. Biren Singh, there was no clear majority of led government in Manipur. As the support of NPP and other alliance was really a crucial part in completing the tenure for 5 complete years. However, after the completion of that 5 complete years, in the new election, Chief Minister and Biren Singh got thumping majority. So after they get this thumping, it was just a matter of time. Mr. Conrad Sangma giving support to the Biren Singh government only because of his permutation and combination, his consideration, his good relation with the central government. Looking in view of the central government, he was actually giving support to the Biren Singh government. But in reality, there was always been a kind of a competition between Mr. Biren Singh and Mr. Conrad Sangma. Conrad Sangma being a high leader, being a chief minister, and on the other hand, he also considers himself as a big leader in Northeastern region. And Mr. Biren Singh has projected by BJP as one of the big leader in Northeastern region. So there has always competition between these two leaders. So Mr. Conrad Sangma withdrawing support is not a surprising thing. Everybody knows that they will withdraw the support. So they withdrew the support when Mr. Biren Singh led government is in some critical situation when
right, Mubasir. So far, what has been some of the key steps, as you've just mentioned now? So what has been some of the major steps the current government has taken to de-escalate the situation. Can you please highlight the measures taken by the government?
So far, the outspoken Minister and Biren Singh, the Chief Minister and Biren Singh has been known for his outspoken nature. He is a very media-friendly guy who often makes statements. However, in last few weeks' time, the Chief Minister and Biren Singh had never been in public. Also, he hasn't made a single statement till now. So, with the kind of protest and pressure going on, he was very cautious. So, to control the situation, they have been completely, incompetent so far. In the revamped series of incidents, this started burning buildings, so I am, giving this photo right in front of this BJP headquarters, which is called Hornbill. If a large number of central security forces are, guarding this BJP headquarters also. And from this BJP headquarters, just a few meters away from this BJP headquarters is situated this Raj Bhavan, where also again, some huge number of security forces are being stationed. And few meters away from there, Chief Minister Bungalow is situated, where again, some a huge number of central and state police forces are being stationed, 24/7. So they are living in a barricade kind of situations. So the pressures are mounting upon the government. The people are, people have openly expressed their dissatisfaction over the kind of handling this present government has shown so far. So the pressure is mounting. Yes, back to you.
As we've discussed, as we've been discussing about the state government, now coming down to the central government, which has promised increased deployment of security, as you've mentioned before, and also urged local leaders to resolve the conflict through dialogue. Now the question is, who is to be blamed here? The central government for delaying its involvement all this time, or the state government for prioritizing political agendas instead of prioritizing its people, by cooperating with the opposition, as well as even in the recent meeting with central leaders, where the opposition was not included?
Well, the civil society organization, the non-governmental organization, civil society organization, and the public itself are saying that it is a complete failure of both central and state government. It's all both the central and state government is, they both themselves as what they call a double engine government. Because both in center and the state there is a BJP-led government or BJP majority government. So opposition, when yesterday itself, the former Chief Minister, Mr. Biren Singh, who is a very Congress stalwart in Manipur, who has been a three-time Chief Minister, he openly said that it is a complete failure of the present government, both led by the Mr. Biren Singh and the Mr. Modi-led government. What really angers the people in Manipur at the moment is, the fact that, the Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, has failed to visit the state, even for once, after the, breaking out of this violence in Manipur in May last year. He is, touring the entire world. He's going to every place, but he failed to visit Manipur at least for one time. So people are really angry with the government. That is what we got to see in the street and different locality of Imphal and Delhi area. Government is locked down and, protesters are literally attacking their houses of MLAs and ministers. Yes, back to you.
All right. Thank you, Mubasir. Thank you for joining us and giving us more insights. Thank you so much, Mubasir. Before we end this, let me give you a brief timeline of how the situation has escalated so far. As of mid-November 2024, the latest outbreaks of violence in recent weeks have exacerbated an already volatile situation, with the death toll rising significantly, and fresh clashes occurred primarily between the Meitei and the Kuki communities. The two groups at the heart of the ethnic conflict, the violence included brutal killings, attacks on villages and kidnappings. Local media reports highlighted that the violence escalated after the Meitei community launched a series of attacks on Kuki villages in the Churachandpur and Imphal districts. Now coming to the death toll, as of mid-November 2024, the death toll from the violence since May 2023 last year has now reached at least 200 to 250 people, with over 60,000 people displaced across the state. Over 100 people have been killed in the fresh violence since the beginning of November 2024. In the past 2 weeks, several individuals from both communities have been abducted and their whereabouts remain unknown. Security forces have recovered some bodies from the outskirts of Imphal and other districts where the clashes have been most intense. Ethnic clashes and attacks on villages. Armed militants from both communities have been involved in clashes, leading to the attacks on villages' homes and properties. This has exacerbated the sense of insecurity in both urban and rural areas. With bomb explosions and arsons have been reported in various parts of the state, the Indian Army and paramilitary forces have been deployed to control the situation, but tensions continue to run high. That's all for this. Thank you for watching Hornbill TV.